All right, so yesterday when we were in here, we covered property of logs, the product property, the quotient property, and the power property. And then you wrote expressions as single logs, okay? And today what you're going to be doing is the opposite. You're going to be expanding logs. So today you'll get the log in the form of log b of mn, and you'll expand it to log b of m plus log b of n. If you get log b of m over n in expanded form, that's log b of m minus log b of n. And log b of m to the nth power, when you expand it, it is n times log b of m. So what you did yesterday, except you're doing it backwards, okay? Before we move forward, a couple of reminders when you're expanding logs or writing as a single log. Log x of x. If your base and your product are the same, the entire log is equal to 1. Log 2 of 2 is equal to 1. Log 3 of 3 is equal to 1. Okay? You see the word log and your base is the same as the product, it's equal to 1. Everybody all right with that? Good. When you are expanding logs and you see something like the square root of x, all right, when we did fractions as exponents, the square root of x was equal to x to the 1/2 power. All right. So if you get something like log square root of x, that's equal to 1/2 log of x. Just like the square root of 3 is equal to 3 to the 1/2 power. So if you were given log radical 3 in expanded form, it's 1/2 log 3. A variable or a whole number. The square root of a to the 3rd is equal to a to the 3/2 power. So if you're given log square root a to the third, written in expanded form, 3 over 2 log a. And then one more that you may see, square root of 3a to the fifth is the same as 3 to the 1/2 power a to the 5 over 2 power. So if you see it as log square root 3a to the fifth in expanded form, it's 1/2 log 3. And since there's multiplication going on in expanded form, it's plus 5/2 log a. All right, so both of those sets of information are very valuable as reference tools when you're working through the assignment and your quiz. So a couple of examples of the problems you're going to see today. Your instructions will be to expand each log. And log 4x over y. All right, the 4 times the x is your m, the y is your n. So this would expand to log 4 plus log x minus log y. Log 9 of x to the 4th over 729. The x to the 4th is your m, the 729 is your n. So in the first step, we would get 4 log 9 of x. Okay, that takes care of the x to the 4th. Now since we got division, we're going to subtract log 9 of 729. And 9 to the 3rd power equals 729. So all of this simplifies to 4 log 9x minus 3. Any questions on any of those? log 7 of 49 xy. All right, we've got multiplication going on. So in expanded form, we got log 7 of 49 plus log 7 of x plus log 7 of y. And since 7 squared equals 49, log 7 of 49 is equal to 2, and everything else stays the same. Log a squared. In expanded form, that's just 2 log a. If you get something in parentheses, log 3 of 2x squared. If this 2x in parentheses is getting raised to the second power, it means the 2 is getting raised to the second and the x is getting raised to the second. So in expanded form, this would be 2 log 3 of 2 plus 2 log 3 of x. Anybody have any questions? Just expanding the logs today. All right, so my computer doesn't allow me to write in subscript, which is what this 3 is called, log 3 of 2. The 3 is in subscript, but when I try to type it into an electronic assignment, as soon as I push enter, the 3 moves back up. All right, so for the purposes of electronic assignment questions, I'm just going to use the word, if I want to describe this, all right, it's going to be 2, a space, log, a space, 3 of, say, blank. So if this is your answer, 2 log 3 of 2, then if the blank is in this position, then it's going to be 2 log 3 of, and you would fill a 2 into the blank. If I'm trying to ask you about this as the portion of an answer, all right? It could be blank log blank of x. All right, so your fill-in would be, if this is your answer, 2 log 3 of x, 2 log 3 of x. Everybody okay with that? Great. All right, then your practice for today is going to be on page 466 again, 18 through 28. Make sure you're staying ahead of your ALEKS topics and try to be academically productive in here as much as possible.